Look at the school street signs. Look at that window. There's oil residue on it. This is a clear chemical poisoning going on and cover-up of Louisiana school children and the rest of the community. Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup on the ground. I am in Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, Tumwa, Iowa. Please support the leading independent news outlet on the ground covering what the corporate media covers up. Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup. As I speak, hundreds of school children in Louisiana are learning in a pool of oil residue in a school a little over a mile away from a massive oil plant explosion that happened 2 weeks ago in Roseland, Louisiana. Very little shocks me in America, but this is truly shocking. And what you're about to see, the mainstream media and, frankly, most independent media are completely ignoring. This is based on a story we broke yesterday from me, yours truly. I obtained photos showing oil residue as well as potentially toxic soot and ash all over a school 1.3 miles away from the Smitty's Supply oil plant explosion. I'll read you a little here. This is from our Substack, which you could subscribe for free. That's Status Coup, Substack.com. Definitely read this and share it. 2 weeks after a massive oil plant explosion rained a toxic shower of oil residue, soot, ash, and other unknown chemicals over Roseland, Louisiana, and nearby communities, Status Coup has exclusively obtained photos showing Roseland Montessori School, a little over a mile from Smitty's Supply explosion, remains open despite oil residue rampant across the school. Now, I want you to take a look at this and tell me, would you want your school children anywhere near this? Look at that window at the school. There's oil residue on it. Look at the air conditioning units. There's oil residue on the exterior. There's potentially oil in the unit that is pumping air into the school with potential toxic chemicals in it. Look at the fences, the school street signs, the school parking lot, the roof of the school. There's also images of students with oil residue on their shoes, not to mention soot, ash, which we don't even know if the EPA has fully tested yet. And oh, by the way, what the EPA, the little the EPA has tested, I'm shocked they actually told the truth. They actually found toxic substances by the plant, which is just a mile from this school. 1.3 miles. EPA has confirmed toxic substances were found in soot following the Smitty's Supply explosion. According to a report provided to Fox 8, investigators detected arsenic, barium, chromium, lead, and other hazardous materials in 2 samples collected the day after the explosion. And we are seeing dead animals and oil sheen in rivers 40, 50 miles away from here. Yet they have a school 1.3 miles away open. And as I'm about to tell you, school children are having symptoms. Yes, school children at this school are having symptoms, yet somehow still open. After the explosion on August 22nd, the school, which is 1.3 miles away from Smitty's Supply, was closed for just 1 day before reopening on August 26th and opening for students on August 28th. So literally, we're talking 6 days after this explosion, they reopened it for students. Quote, yesterday was their first day back since the explosion at Smitty's, and the scene is horrific. Jessica Parker, a mother of 2 students at the school, emailed Tangipahoa Parish School Superintendent Melissa Stilley on September 1st. Parker recounted to Status Coup that when she dropped off her kids on the first day, she complained to a staff member that the smell in the parking lot was, quote, terrible. In response, the staff member complained that they felt nauseous, Parker shared. Residents in Roseland and nearby communities have been complaining in terms of having bloody noses, breathing problems, headaches, nausea, burning skin. This is just some of the symptoms. Yet this school is still open. And the school children have been complaining of headaches, Some staff have reported nausea. I want to show you this text messages sent to me by a nearby parent just this morning was sent to me. We've redacted names. This was a daughter sent this to one of the parents of a child in this school. I don't see how those kids making it at school all day. We just passed by Smitty, and OMG, the oil smell so loud it's making my head hurt. Yet somehow, school's still open. By the way, Louisiana, they call it Cancer Alley for a reason, because apparently government officials don't give a damn. By the way, Donald Trump is president. EPA is under Donald Trump. They have power to shut down schools. They have power to do a lot of things. I don't know why this school is open. I don't know why residents are still there. This is a mini BP oil spill, yet open for business. Make it make sense. Independent chemical tester Scott Smith, who traveled to Roseland to conduct preliminary chemical testing soon after the explosion, told Status Coup he did observe soot on properties near Smitty's Supply and near Roseland Montessori School, the school I just showed you, even if there was no harm and eventually testing showed everything's fine. Wouldn't you, out of an abundance of caution, not have students in this school right now until a thorough cleanup and thorough testing goes on? Don't take it from me. Take it from experts. This is from Sil Caggiano, a hazardous waste expert. He's the one who infamously said Norfolk Southern nuked East Palestine to basically open up the train tracks quicker. The byproducts is what you have to worry about. This is Cancer Alley down there. They'll just sweep this under the rug because that's what they've traditionally done down there. The smoke is toxic. The residue is going to be toxic. It's going to have all the chemicals that came up with the oil production, all the benzenes, ethyl benzene, toluene, and xylene. With the explosion, there's going to be byproducts everywhere. The rabbit is already out of the hat. If you have residue on your school property, you shouldn't have children there, especially if you have benzene that causes cancer. In my opinion, Louisiana officials don't give a shit. He was in the Youngstown, Ohio Fire Department and was a battalion chief for 30 years, I believe. Now retired, hazardous waste expert, is telling you they are putting children at risk of cancer. Let me also read toxicologist George Thompson. The school should be closed until proper cleanup is completed. Chemical exposure effects, short and long term, are very significant throughout the community. I'll also read Scott Smith. Quote, based on my experience in 80 contamination events, an abundance of caution should be taken, especially with children, when it comes to large deposits of soot and ash from fires. Sending children back to school without knowing the complete compositions of the soot and our ash can pose health risks to children, according to toxicologists. I thought Republicans are all about the sanctity of life. We need to protect the children, particularly those unborn. But once they're out of the vagina, hey, you're SOL. Good luck. You want to keep the school open? All right. Just, don't touch the oil. And if you do, wash your hands. I want to show you what the mother who provided me these photos emailed to the school superintendent, because that mother had two special needs children in the school, one with Down syndromes and one who was nonverbal. So neither could really tell her if they weren't feeling well. But this is what the mother wrote to the superintendent of the school district. Quote, there is black residue on everything. Every person going into that school is tracking that black residue inside. My son spends nearly 70% of his time at the school on the floor, and the way he sits, his shoes are always touching his skin. Also, he's nonverbal and cannot tell me if he's not feeling well. We are all already sick with something. I do not believe this black residue is free from harmful toxic substances. I do not understand how the school is even back open. They say they have bottled water for the cafeteria and restrooms to function. Until the school has been cleaned by a certified hazmat team, all material have been tested and cleared of any harmful toxic substances, and the air conditioning and heating equipments have been replaced. No one should be at the school. You are putting each person that steps foot on that property at risk for severe health problems. You know what the superintendent told her in response? Roseland Montessori has been properly cleaned and cleared by the EPA to have children there. It is without a doubt the cleanest, safest school in the parish. Parker has since pulled both of her sons out. She added, quote, "My youngest is also nonverbal. Another reason why I pulled him out of school because he cannot tell me if he does not feel good, and he already has respiratory sensitivities, skin sensitivities. I'm sick about this morning because now he can't start at a new school because they're not equipped with a child specific for him. And then I dropped my oldest off this morning only to see mold in all the ceiling tiles at the new school." I mean, imagine that. You have to pull your kids out for their own safety, but you can't, because it's the new school year happening right now, you can't get your kid in school because he has special needs and the school doesn't have accommodations for him. This is a nightmare. And how this isn't like one of the top stories in America on TV news, print papers, digital media. I know it doesn't directly involve Trump, but Jesus Christ, do we not care about school children inhaling oil residue, soot, ash, God knows what chemical compounds, cancer-causing chemicals are in them, tracking the oil in and out of the school, into their home, into stores, in local communities? This is why Status Coup exists. These are not the sexy stories, but these are the stories that we cover because the corporate media covers it up. Please support us. We're going to continue digging on this massive, massive corporate crime and environmental disaster. StatusCoup.com/join. StatusCoup.com/join. This school should be shut down. These residents need to be relocated. We're going to stay on it. And if you live in the community in Roseland or nearby and have been affected by health problems or oil all over your property, reach out to us, info@StatusCoup.com.